What a treat it is for me to be here with you this morning to talk about this concept of trust and what I call the speed of trust and how this can transform your life and your business in profound ways. So I want to tell you a story that I'm going to use as a metaphor for our discussion this morning. A couple years ago, I had a chance to go fly fishing in the western part of the United States in Montana. Who here has been fly fishing before? By raise of hands. Okay, quite a few of you. Well, this was new for me, so I hired a guide to teach me how to do it. I'll never forget, it was a beautiful summer day. We put these waders on up to my chest. We waded into the river, got in the middle, got situated, and then the guide asked me a question. He said, "Stephen, what do you see?" So I looked around and I said, "Well, I see the river and the bank and the trees and the rocks and the sky." And he said, No. What do you see in the water, through the water? Now, I was standing in the middle of the river. The water was probably up to my waist. I looked down into the water, but I couldn't see anything because there was a glare coming down from the sun. The timing of the day, I couldn't see through. So I said, "Hey, I can't see through. I just see the top because of the glare from the sun." Now, my guide, he was wearing a pair of polarized sunglasses. And he said, "Well, Stephen, I've got these polarized glasses on, and I can see right through the water. And do you know what?" he said. "There are fish everywhere. They're all around us. They're everywhere you turn. In fact, there's fish right there in front of you. Can you see them?" he asked. I said, "No, I can't, but I'll take your word for it." He said, "Here, don't take my word for it. Put these on." So he handed me his polarized sunglasses. I put on the glasses. And the moment I put them on, instantly, I could see through the water. And sure enough, just like the guide said, there were fish. They were everywhere. They were all around me. They were right there in front of me. Now, here's what was interesting. The fish were there all along. They were always there. I just couldn't see them until I put on these glasses. But the fact that I couldn't see them didn't mean that they weren't there. No, they were there. They were always there. But it just took me putting on the glasses to see, to recognize, to value what really was there. So it is with this topic of trust. The effect of trust, the relevance of trust, the pervasiveness of trust, the impact of trust is there. In our lives, in our relationships, in our business, whether we can see it or not. And the fact that sometimes we don't see it, or maybe we can't see it, or maybe others can't see it, that doesn't mean that it's not there. No, it is there. It's always been there. But sometimes it just takes putting on the glasses to see it. So let's talk about getting a new pair of glasses here, a new pair of lenses to view this concept of trust and how it might help you grow, build your business, and also bring great joy, energy, happiness, fun, freedom, and fulfillment to your life. So I'm going to share 3 main points. I'm going to call these 3 big ideas. And they're a pair of glasses. They represent a whole new way of looking at trust, seeing it with new lenses, new eyes. So let me state the 3 ideas up front, and then I'll quickly work through each one in greater detail. Okay, here's the first big idea. The first big idea is that trust is an economic driver, not merely a social virtue. Let me put this another way. There is a business case for trust, and it is a compelling case. And I'll make that case in just a moment. Here's the second big idea. The second big idea is that trust is the currency of sustainable network marketing, more than anything else. And I'll make that case in a few minutes as to why, of all the things you can get good at as a representative, as a leader, that the ability to create trust, to establish it, to grow it, to extend it, and where needed, perhaps to restore it, with all those you work with, is the #1 competency you can get good at to build that business. It's the currency of the business. And then the third big idea, see, those first 2 big ideas are kind of the case for trust, a business case and a leadership case. Trust is the currency. The third big idea is the practical how-to. And that's this, the notion that trust is a learnable skill. It is something that we can honor, embody, and expand. And the WorldVentures core value number 3 is exactly that. Honor, embody, and expand trust. That's who you are. It's what you're about. So what we're talking about this morning is your core value, which Wayne and Mike just said, this is the foundation, the heart of this organization. And this trust is the accelerator of it. The first big idea then is that trust is that economic driver, not merely the social virtue, the business case for trust. So let me make the case. Trust always affects 2 measurable outcomes, always. See, these are what I call the economics of trust. Here's the 2 outcomes. It affects speed and it affects cost. Speed and cost, they're always affected by trust. And here's the formula. It's very simple. When the trust goes down in a relationship, or when it goes down on a team, or in a culture, or with a partner, or in the family, in the community, when the trust goes down, you will find that the speed goes down with it. Everything will take you longer to do, and the cost will go up. Everything will cost you more to do. Now that is a tax, a low trust tax. Why does this happen? Because you have to take all these steps to compensate for that lack of trust. Look at what happened in the last 11 years since the terrorist attacks of 9/11. After 9/11, our trust or confidence in airplane travel at the time went down. We can't have that. So we increased the security, and it helped. But it also came at a price, didn't it? It takes longer, it costs more. That's always the consequence of restoring lost trust. We see this in all of life. So low trust is a tax. But here's the good news, and that is that high trust is a dividend. So the formula works like this. When the trust goes up in that relationship, on the team, with the partner, in the family, in the community, when the trust goes up, you will find that the speed goes up with it. Everything happens faster, much, much faster. Well, the cost will come down. It will cost you less, much less. Anytime you can increase the trust, you will increase the speed and decrease the cost. It is a dividend. It's playing out everywhere. Now think of that for you as a representative. Think of that for you as a leader, as you're building a team. So this trust is a performance multiplier. It is an accelerator. It's not just some nice, soft, warm and fuzzy social virtue. It's financial, it's economic. It will help you build and grow and sustain your business. And that is the business case for trust. Now, let me give you a leadership case for trust. That's the second big idea. The notion that trust is the currency of sustainable network marketing. Again, sustainable. We want to, Mike and Wayne and the team are trying to build WorldVentures for the long haul, to be a long-term, sustainable, enduring organization with a foundation, with a base, as opposed to something that's fleeting. And the foundation of this is these core values. And this core value of honoring and embodying and expanding trust is so vital to do just that. Trust is the currency. Here's why. Think of what a currency is. It's like money. Money is a currency. It has value. Well, in a relationship business, which network marketing is, direct sales is all about the relationship. The essence of great relationships is trust. The best relationships are those in which one person can trust another. In fact, the very definition of a bad relationship is low trust. I can't trust the person. But there's nothing that's as enjoyable, nothing that's as satisfying and fulfilling as high trust. And the essence of network marketing is building relationships, building teams and groups and people, and helping them catch a common vision, and helping them achieve their dreams and goals, and develop and learn and grow and get better. And the currency that precedes you. It's like your reputation, your brand that precedes you, but also WorldVentures. This currency, this reputation. And to have trust be that reputation is an extraordinary multiplier. It's trust that really makes our markets world. It's trust that makes our world go round. You take away trust, everything slows down or grinds to a halt. Same is true for a person, for a representative, and for a leader, and for an organization. Trust is that foundation. It will accelerate everything. It's the currency. Yes, you still have money as a currency, but you have the currency of trust, your reputation, your brand, you personally, your team, the organization, WorldVentures. That's why building on this as a foundation is so insightful that Mike and Wayne are doing, because it gives you an enduring foundation, one that is sustainable. And that will be true not only for WorldVentures, it will be true for you too, as a representative and as a leader. Trust always affects energy and joy. Let me show you the formula. It's very simple. When the trust goes down in relationships, or on teams, or with partners, or in the community, or in the family, in the home, when the trust goes down, you'll find that the energy goes down with it, as does the joy. But here's the good news. When that trust goes up, when you build high trust relationships in teams and groups and organizations, you'll find that the energy goes up with it. And by energy, I'm including engagement of people, but also passion. You tap into the emotional energy of people, their passion. It goes up. Nothing inspires like being trusted. You'll also see the joy go up. By joy, I mean happiness, satisfaction, fun. See, you call this at WorldVentures live, fun, freedom, and fulfillment. That's this. It's energy and joy. Fun, freedom, and fulfillment. This is a fruit of high trust. So not only will trust help you build the business, it will help you live the dream. It will help you live that core value of live, fun, freedom, and fulfillment. Trust accelerates that too. And when they see a track record of results, it gives them confidence. That's why when you have success and you build a team and it's successful and you're helping people succeed, it tends to perpetuate itself because people see results. They see that, and that inspires confidence, especially when you're doing it the right way with the foundation of integrity and good intent and capabilities. Then that's powerful. Candor is the language of trust. And to be known as a truth teller and as someone that tells the truth, talks straight, you'll build the trust. The opposite of this is when you lie. Lying destroys trust, telling the truth builds it. We learned that in kindergarten. The danger is the counterfeit behavior, like counterfeit money. The counterfeit to talking straight is when you spin and twist and manipulate and posture. It's when you, quote, technically tell the truth, but you completely mislead and leave the wrong impression. See, then the next time you speak, they don't fully believe you. Far better to be known as being appropriately candid. Now, that doesn't mean you still can't be optimistic and see the potential and the value. Absolutely you can. But our truth is enough. We don't need to hype and spin in a way that causes us to lose trust, because in the long run, losing that trust will hurt us and will diminish our currency and our brand. But if we get known as being the most trusted brand in the industry, and you, as a leader, as a representative, the most trusted person around, you'll get the dividend working for you. Greater speed, lower cost, the accelerator, the performance multiplier. One of the great things about what you're doing at WorldVentures is that you're defining learning and improving and getting better as part of the journey, as part of the process, as part of the outcome. So it's not just a means to an end, it's part of the end. We have joy in it, and it's tremendous, and it's a huge advantage. So we come to events like this to learn, to grow, to improve, to get better, to increase those capabilities because they make us credible.